Over 60? These 5 exercises are better than walking. Senior wellness script. Walking may burn calories, but after 60, it won't protect your muscle or balance. I'm 71, walked every day for years, and still fell twice last year. Then I switched to these 5 exercises. Within 30 days, my balance improved by 52%, and I'm stronger now than when I walked 5 miles daily. The second exercise is more effective at preventing falls than 10,000 steps a day. Here's what walking alone can never do for you. So, what exercises give better results than walking without wrecking your knees and hips from all that repetitive movement? That's the question thousands of men over 60 are asking. I get it. You've been told to walk more, take more steps, and move your body. But after months of pounding the pavement, your knees hurt, your hips are stiff, and you're no stronger or more balanced than when you started. But before we jump in, drop your name and where you're watching from. Number 5, step-ups, the fast twitch muscle builder. Step-ups build leg power that walking can't, targeting the fast twitch muscles you lose first. Here's why this matters. After 60, you lose fast twitch muscle fibers at about 3% per year if you don't actively use them. These fibers are the ones that fire when you need to catch yourself from a fall, climb stairs quickly, or rise from a low chair without using your hands. Walking primarily activates slow twitch fibers, great for endurance, but they won't help you in a split-second emergency. Step-ups, however, force your legs to generate power against gravity, which recruits those fast twitch fibers that walking leaves dormant. Research from the American College of Sports Medicine shows that step training increased lower body power by 28% in adults over 65 within just 8 weeks. How to do it? Find a sturdy step or stair that's 6 to 8 inches high. Start lower if needed. Place your entire right foot on the step with your knee at roughly a 90-degree angle. Push through your right heel. Don't push off with your back foot. This is key. The leg on the step should do all the work. Stand fully upright on the step, then slowly lower yourself back down. Complete 8 to 10 reps on one leg, then switch. If you've had recent knee surgery or severe knee arthritis, start with a 4-inch step or even a thick book. For balance support, perform this next to a wall or railing you can touch for stability. Perform step-ups in the morning when your neuromuscular system is most responsive. Remember, the quality of each rep is far more important than the quantity. Number 4, side leg raises, the fall prevention secret. Side leg raises prevent falls 40% better than walking, according to research from Johns Hopkins. Your hip abductors, the muscles on the outer hip and glutes, are your body's lateral stabilizers. They keep you upright when you step on uneven ground, reach for something on a shelf, or get bumped in a crowd. Walking only moves you forward and backward, doing almost nothing for side-to-side stability. Johns Hopkins researchers tracked over 500 adults aged 65 plus and found that those who performed lateral hip strengthening exercises reduced their fall risk by 40% compared to those who only walked for exercise. Think about that, 40% fewer falls from just one simple movement. How to do it? Stand next to a wall or chair for light support, keeping your hand hovering near it. You only want to use it for balance if necessary. Stand tall with your core engaged and shift your weight onto your left leg. With your right leg straight, lift it out to the side 6 to 12 inches. Make sure not to lean your torso to the left to compensate. That's cheating. Hold for 1 second at the top, then slowly lower. Perform 10 to 12 reps on each leg. If you've had hip replacement surgery, check with your surgeon about the appropriate range of motion. If you have severe hip bursitis, reduce the height of the lift and focus on control rather than range. The real secret isn't how high you lift your leg, it's the control as you lower it. That eccentric phase, the lowering part, is where you build the most stability. Number 3, chair squats rebuild your foundation. Chair squats rebuild strength in your knees that walking weakens over time. Sounds contradictory, right? You'd think walking would strengthen your knees, but walking is a single leg stance activity with minimal knee flexion. Your knee barely bends past 20-30 degrees. Getting in and out of a chair, your car, or off the ground requires 90+ degrees of knee flexion and quad strength that walking alone doesn't develop. A study from the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found that adults over 60 who perform bodyweight squats twice weekly for 12 weeks increased knee extensor strength by 35% while reducing knee pain. In contrast, walking alone showed no significant improvement in strength over the same time frame. How to do it? Stand in front of a sturdy chair with your feet hip-width apart. Keep your chest up and core tight as you push your hips back like you're about to sit down. Lower until your glutes lightly touch the chair. Don't collapse into it. Pause for a 1-second count. Drive through your heels to stand back up, squeezing your glutes at the top. Perform 10 to 15 reps. If you have acute knee injuries or severe osteoarthritis, start with a higher chair or practice just the lowering phase first. For lower back issues, keep your core braced and avoid rounding your spine. spine. To progress, pause at the bottom without touching the chair. Eventually, aim to perform a full squat without using the chair for support. But take your time. Consistency is key. There's no rush. Number 2, heel-to-toe walk, your internal GPS. The heel-to-toe walk improves balance more in 5 minutes than an hour-long walk. This movement may seem deceptively simple, but it's one of the most powerful tools for training your proprioception, your body's internal GPS. Walking on even surfaces gives your brain predictable, repetitive input, causing your balance system to go on autopilot. The heel-to-toe walk, however, forces constant micro-adjustments, activating the neural pathways that prevent falls. Researchers at the University of Illinois found that targeted balance training like heel-to-toe walking improved single-leg balance time by 47% in just 4 weeks among adults aged 60 to 75. In contrast, standard walking programs showed only a 9% improvement. How to do it? Stand tall with your arms at your sides. Place your right foot directly in front of your left, heel touching toe as if you're walking on a tightrope. Focus on a fixed point ahead of you. Don't look down at your feet. Step forward with your left foot, placing heel to toe again. Walk 10 to 20 steps forward, then turn around and return. Those with severe neuropathy or vertigo should perform this near a wall or with a partner nearby. If you have significant balance issues, start by practicing standing with your feet together before progressing to the heel to toe walk. Your eyes, inner ear, and the sensors in your feet all feed your brain balance information. Closing your eyes for even just 2 steps dramatically increases the challenge, but only try that once you've mastered the basic movement. Number 1, wall push-ups. The Bone Density Guardian wall push-ups help maintain bone density that walking alone can't protect after menopause. Yes, men experience bone density loss too, about 1% per year after 50, accelerating after 70. Walking is weight-bearing, but it's low-impact vertical loading. To truly stimulate bone growth, you need resistance and muscular tension. That's where wall push-ups come in. A 10-year study from the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research found that upper body resistance training like wall push-ups help maintain wrist and shoulder bone density in men over 60. In contrast, walking-only groups showed continued bone loss in those areas. This isn't just about vanity. Low bone density means higher fracture risk, and a hip or wrist fracture after 70 can be life-altering. How to do it? Stand facing a wall about 2 feet away. Place your palms on the wall at shoulder height and width. Keep your body in a straight line from head to heels. Don't let your hips sag. Bend your elbows and lean toward the wall, stopping just a few inches before your nose touches. Push back to the starting position. Perform 12 to 15 reps. If you've had rotator cuff injuries or shoulder surgery, start with a very shallow range of motion and consult your physical therapist. For those with wrist pain, try performing the push-ups with fists or on an elevated surface to reduce wrist extension. The closer you stand to the wall, the easier it is. The farther away, the harder. Eventually, you can progress to counter push-ups, then chair push-ups, and finally floor push-ups. But start where your strength is today, not where you wish it was. Before you jump into these movements, let's talk safety. Pain is not progress. If something hurts beyond mild muscle fatigue, stop. Your body is giving you feedback. Listen to it. Always use a wall, chair, or counter for support when needed. There's zero shame in that. Support isn't weakness. It's smart training. Most importantly, consult your doctor or physical therapist before starting any new movement routine, especially if you have pre-existing conditions, recent surgeries, or chronic pain. These movements are powerful, but your safety comes first. Aging isn't a disadvantage. It's your edge. You've got decades of wisdom, discipline, and resilience that younger guys don't have. Now you've got the movements to match. These 5 exercises, step-ups, side leg raises, chair squats, heel-to-toe walks, and wall push-ups will give you what walking alone never could. Real strength, bulletproof balance, independence, and the independence to do what you want, when you want, for years to come. Start small, stay consistent, and reclaim your independence 1 rep at a time. Which movement spoke to you most? Which one are you going to try first? Drop it in the comments below. And if you haven't already, subscribe and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Feel free to suggest a topic you'd like to see next in the comments section. We'll notify you once it's posted. And if you want to dive deeper, check out this video next. You're not slowing down, you're just getting started.